Guys, I had to shoot a video. I wanted to do it right here, right now. I'm in my car, just coming back from the gym, but this is really neither here nor there. I wanted to hit it as Bitcoin touches back into the 30,000s. In today's video, I'm going to talk to you guys about the 4 horsemen of the Bitcoin apocalypse. There's going to be an article down below, link down below, that you guys can check out more information about the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. So let's just get into it. I want to get this information out as soon as possible so I don't have time to do a proper video because you know Bitcoin prices moves quickly. So let's go. Number one, the number one horseman of the Bitcoin apocalypse is the president of El Salvador, President Bukele. President Bukele, he is underwater in his Bitcoin position right now. His average position in Bitcoin is about $52,000. Right now, we're at almost $40,000 in Bitcoin. So he's down double-digit $1 million of Bitcoin. Okay, so that's number one. He's down over $10 million in his Bitcoin position. He has about 1,300 Bitcoins. In the article, it has all the exact numbers. Number two, the number 2 person that you got to be aware of is Elon Musk. Elon Musk, he has a larger position of his Bitcoin position, and his average price is about $32,000. Okay, so Elon Musk and all his Bitcoin is at $32,000. And then you have Michael Saylor of MicroStrategies. His average Bitcoin position is about $30,000, and he owns about 1 out of every 170 Bitcoin that exist. He has over 10,000 Bitcoin. So the 4th horseman of the apocalypse is the most important horseman, and the one that a lot of people who are anti-Bitcoin don't really know, and the one that stumps a lot of people who are pro-Bitcoin. So if you are pro-Bitcoin, I want you to put why this isn't likely to happen and why should we ignore this big danger red flag in the charts. Okay. So we have CME gaps. We have CME gaps about like 18,000 and 22,000. And CME gaps are important because CME gaps fill about 92% of the time. They fill almost every time we have a gap. So we have 2 gaps below the price levels that these people who are in Bitcoin. Remember, Bukele's in at 52,000. Elon Musk is in is about 32, and Michael Saylor is in about 31,000. Okay. So we are 92% certain to hit one of those 2 numbers, which is below all of those people's average Bitcoin price. 18,000 is pretty much everyone will be like about halfway down. So we have a 92% chance of hitting that one, and there's one about like 22,000. So we have 89% chance that we'll hit both of these levels based on past performance. There's an 89% chance we'll hit both of them, and a 92% chance that we'll at least hit one of them. So this is something that you have to be aware of if you're going to be playing around in Bitcoin. I think you should get out of Bitcoin. I don't think there's any intrinsic value, but that's neither here nor there. It's just something that you need to pay attention to if you want to speculate in this Bitcoin stuff. So what you have to keep in mind is that President Bukele, it's not his money, it's not his Bitcoin. Elon Musk, it's Tesla's money, it's not his, it's not Bitcoin's. It's not his Bitcoin, it is Tesla's Bitcoin, and it's not his money, it's his shareholders' money at the end of the day. And Michael Saylor, whether he believes it or not, it's not his Bitcoin, it's the company's Bitcoin, MicroStrategies. So we have a 92% chance we'll reach levels that's where all these people will be underwater. I think the person that you have to be most worried about is Elon Musk, because Elon Musk is not a Bitcoin bull, like a permanent bull like Michael Saylor. He's not a Bitcoin proponent. He's a logical businessman. And you have to be worried as we approach the level that Elon Musk bought into Bitcoin, because Tesla is a company that hasn't turned dozens of years of profit. This is a company that's a car company. This isn't an investment firm. This is a car company. How tolerant are shareholders going to be? Put your logical hat on. Get out of the Bitcoin nonsense. And how tolerant are the shareholders going to be of Mr. Musk losing potentially like $1 billion messing around with this Bitcoin stuff. It's a car company. It's not an investment firm. How tolerant would you be if the person running your car company bought cryptocurrency and lost money? That has nothing to do with this car company. That what does that have to do? You're running a car company. Why are you even messing around with this Bitcoin stuff? So Elon Musk, he is probably going to sell his Bitcoin, and if he doesn't, he can get replaced the same way Steve Jobs got replaced. President Bukele, he's going to be the hardest one, probably structurally, because he's the president. I don't know the rules to impeach a president in El Salvador, so he probably is the one who's going to be able to stay on the longest. But he has the highest average price. He's at 52. He's already down tens of millions of dollars. You have to think to yourself, how much sovereign government money, taxpayer dollars, are the taxpayers of El Salvador going to be willing to let him lose, when most people in El Salvador, I think 91% of people don't want the Bitcoin anyway. So you had to be in mind, keep that in mind. How many, if we get to $18,000, if we get to $22,000, that's over half. He lost over half the money he put in Bitcoin. So 1,000 Bitcoin, like 1,300 Bitcoin times he would be down like $20 million, 20 plus. How long and how tolerant are the people of El Salvador going to be with this guy losing money behind Bitcoin? And then Michael Slayer, this is the one who he doesn't have the same leeway as President Bukele being the president of a country. He's just a CEO, but he's the most pro Bitcoin person here, and he owns the most Bitcoin. And this is the person that you have to be worried about the most. Michael Slayer and MicroStrategy, they're responsible for about 25% of the demand for Bitcoin. So if he stops buying Bitcoin, the Bitcoin price will collapse. If he just stops buying, okay? The same way Steve Jobs, yeah, he's a CEO, he's a pro-Bitcoin CEO. You can be as happy about that as you want to, but you have to come into the real world, and this is a world where Steve Jobs got replaced as the CEO of Apple, a company that he founded. Michael Slayer can be replaced. If we get to 18,000 Bitcoin, $18,000 Bitcoin, which we have like a 92% chance of hitting, how tolerant are the people at MicroStrategy, the shareholders, going to be with Michael Slayer? The company right now is worth about as much as the Bitcoin they hold. So how tolerant, he runs a software company. How tolerant are the shareholders of people who want to get exposure to a software company going to be with losing billions of dollars due to this man wanting to take a bet on Bitcoin? Everything good when the price is up. Even if Michael Slayer doesn't want to sell, the board could remove him as CEO and put somebody who will sell that Bitcoin. And the price will collapse if he just stops buying. Imagine what happens when he starts selling. And there's a 92% chance we hit one of the prices below, and an 89% chance that we hit both. That is real pressure behind these prices. If we get below $29,000, if we get to $18,000, he's losing like billions, like over $1 billion. Come on, guys. Like, you cannot ride this wave with these people. There is real sell pressure in the market. As we get into the 30,000s, if we get to $30,000, I'm pretty sure, my thoughts is Elon Musk will sell before we even get, if we get to like 35, 34, if they still own the Bitcoin, Elon Musk will just sell. Because he'll want to book a profit, and he's a CEO. He's the most, I guess, logically minded person, most clear-minded person when it comes to this Bitcoin stuff. President Bukele probably has the longest win, but he has the highest entry price, so he'll probably get pressure to sell before Michael Slayer gets pressure. And then Michael Slayer, if he dumps these Bitcoins onto the market, which even if you don't believe Michael Slayer will sell, they can replace Michael Slayer. And there's a 92% chance that the fourth horseman of the apocalypse for cryptocurrency, the CME gaps, will fill. So prepare yourself for the CME gaps to fill. It's idiotic to sit there and pretend like the CME gaps don't exist. Even if you don't like me saying anti-Bitcoin stuff, Ask your most pro-Bitcoin person. If you guys know I'm anti-Bitcoin, you don't want to listen to me. Ask them, how often do the CME gaps fill? Don't ask them any other information, and they will tell you the same thing that I'm telling you. The CME gaps almost certainly fill. So there's an almost certain chance, based on past performance, which doesn't predict future performance, that we will hit these prices. And we are now in the 30,000s. Come on, guys. Put your thinking caps on and remember with me. President Bukele at about 52,000. Elon Musk and Tesla at about 31,000. And Michael Slayer is about 30,000. So those are the three. And then you add the CME gaps. That's the 89% chance, 92% chance that we get down to $18,000. So all these people will be underwater. All those Bitcoins will be under sell pressure. And who knows what's going to happen. You have to keep in mind that this isn't these people's money. This is public funds. And that's El Salvador's money. That is Tesla shareholders' money. And that is MicroStrategy shareholders' money. So how tolerant will people be losing their money because somebody else wants to bet on Bitcoin? And keep in mind, this is another, for the people who stayed this long, this is for you. We have something called the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust. The Grayscale Bitcoin Trust is trading like 30% below net asset value. So people who are, what do they call, what was the thing they wanted to call? The institutions are entering Bitcoin. It looks like they're not. The Grayscale Bitcoin Trust has been a front runner for the market, chart-wise, for like the last time Bitcoin went down. So the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust is underwater. It doesn't make sense to buy, right now, it doesn't make sense to buy Bitcoin, except for the not your keys, not your coins people, to buy Bitcoin when you could just buy the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust at 30% below net asset value. So keep that in mind, that the institutions aren't pouring in. And if there's not new money coming in, what's going to happen to the price with all this bearish sell pressure out there? And even if you believe in these people can be replaced. So if you guys like this video, leave me a comment below. I wanted to get this video out now because the prices of Bitcoin is very, very crazy. So now that we're down in the 30s, I just said, you know what, man, I got to do it. If you guys want me to do a video on why Bitcoin doesn't make sense, why Bitcoin isn't going to work, from my perspective, just put a comment below and I can give you information on like how Bitcoin is not digital gold, et cetera, et cetera. So if you like it, there's an article below. Read the article, share it with your friends, spread the good word. Remember, keep your head on the swivel, guys.